when you sign up to do this, whether you're a coach at this level or certainly play the quarterback position, there's a lot of criticism and there's a lot of opinions and things like that. And, I just knew there was going to be a lot of noise and a lot of stuff, and he's a young person, and I just felt like it was important that I let him know that I fully believed in him, and I didn't want him worrying about me going and getting the guy and this. I wanted him to know, hey, you're my guy, and if it don't work, then I'm going down with you, and but I believe in you. And this is a developmental game, and I've done it for a long time. So we forget that, because now we're in this world where if you're not great as a freshman, you stink, and you move on to the next guy, and it's a developmental game, and he's getting better. But I was just talking about it to the people at on the huddle that I experienced that too. I know what it means to have someone believe in you. And Woody McCorvey believed in me as a player. Gene Stallings believed in me as a player and as a young 26-year-old coach at Alabama. And in 2010, we won 6 games. And after we lost at home in the last one, doing the press conference, I walk out, my wife's crying, and I just thought she was just sad, feel bad for me, and I just gave her a hug and I said, it's going to be okay, babe. We'll be all right. And then she looks at me again. And she goes, Terry Don's in your office, and I went, oh, and I think I'm getting fired, and she thinks I'm getting fired, and so just kind of took a moment to just kind of gather myself, and I'm like, well, you know what, hey, God's still on the throne, and it's what He's got for me, and so I just kind of. I come out of the West Zone. My office was over there. I walk down, and the door's cracked, and Terry Don's sitting on the couch, and I literally think I'm getting fired. And I go from thinking I'm getting fired to him telling me how much he believes in me, and that, hey, there's going to be a lot of criticism. There's going to be a lot of this and that, and here's what I want you to know. You keep doing what you're doing, and I want you to know that I got your back. And he said, and I believe in you more now than even when I hired you. And then he got up and he said, and if it don't work, you can come help me pack, and I'll come help you pack. And he gave me a hug, and he walked out. And those of you who knew Terry Don Phillips and know him, he's not a man of a lot of words, but he had a lot of conviction in his words, and he meant what he said. And I go from literally and my wife thinks I'm fired because Terry Don walks out and Cass out there, ready to come just cry with me, I guess, and she walks in. She's like, and I'm like, I didn't get fired. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, said he loves me. So it's just I think that's just, we all are, we're products of all the people that have shaped us and poured in our life, and I've had a lot of great leaders pour into my life, and that was a moment that I felt like he needed. To know that, hey, listen, I don't care what you hear or what you read or whatever, hey, man, I'm in the foxhole with you, and you just keep doing what you're doing. I believe in you, and so I'm proud of him. He's done the work. He's an amazing human being. He really is. He's a neat young man and great football player, but he's got a lot of great days ahead. And if he stays healthy, you need a little luck. I know everybody wants to make all these predictions and things like that, and you can't predict your way in anything. You got to go do it, and you got to have a little luck along the way. And I know this: if that guy stays healthy, it will have a chance, and because he's going to always give you a chance.